Hey everyone, and welcome to another Disneyland Hotel Diary. This is where we do all the research for you, breaking down the hotels around the resort so you can plan that perfect trip. Today, we're taking a close look at the Anaheim Hotel.
Today we are diving deep into a really popular, super highly rated spot that gets a ton of buzz online, the Anaheim Motel. It's famous for its killer location and this really cool, unique vibe. So the question is, does it actually live up to all that hype? Let's find out.
Here's what we've got on tap. We're going to start with the most important thing, location. Then we'll head inside and check out the rooms, the vibe, and of course the comfort. After that, we'll weigh the perks against the quirks, give you our final verdict, and then wrap it all up with some pro tips for your stay. Sound good? Let's get into it.
All right, first up, and let's be real, for any Disneyland trip, this is the big one. Location, location, location. It can literally make or break your entire vacation, right? It affects your energy, your time, even your wallet. So let's see exactly how the Anaheim Hotel stacks up.
Okay, check this out. The headline feature is right here on the screen, a walkability score of 98 out of 100. That is an absolutely massive deal. It means you are just a short, easy walk from the security gates. No waiting for shuttles, no trekking through a giant parking garage. You can just pop back to the room for a midday swim or a nap with zero hassle. That kind of convenience, it's a total game changer.
And hey, the reviews from actual guests totally back this up. Just look at these scores. Location comes in at a crazy 4.9 out of 5. Think about that. It's the highest rated part of the entire hotel experience, even beating out service and the overall score. When pretty much every single guest agrees the location is almost perfect, you know you're onto something good.
And here it is in plain English, from someone who stayed there. You can't get much clearer than that, right? Being literally across the street is the dream for so many of us, and it sounds like the Anaheim Hotel totally delivers on that promise. Big time.
So the location is a definite win. A+. But what about the place you'll actually be sleeping after walking 20,000 steps in the parks? Let's shift gears from the address to the actual rooms and see what the vibe and comfort levels are really like inside.
Now this is where things get interesting because you're really looking at two sides of the same coin here. On one hand, people love the charm. You see phrases like mid-century modern vibe and stepping back into the 1960s pop up again and again. It's got character, you know? It's not just some generic hotel. But, on the other hand, it is an older property, and with age comes a little wear and tear. Some guests do point out that certain areas, like the bathrooms, could probably use an update.
But here's the thing that really matters when it comes to comfort. Despite its age, there is one thing that guests just rave about over and over: the beds. After walking miles and miles all day, a comfortable bed is everything. And it sounds like the Anaheim Hotel absolutely nails it. That is a huge, huge plus.
Hey, just gonna jump in here for a sec. If you're finding this explainer helpful for planning your trip, do us a quick favor and hit those subscribe and like buttons. That way you won't miss out on our next hotel deep dive. Thanks a bunch. Okay, let's get back to it.
All right, this is where the rubber meets the road. Every single hotel has its trade-offs, right? There's no perfect place. So let's lay out the absolute best parts of staying here against some of the potential drawbacks you should probably know about before you book.
Okay, so on the perks side, you've got this huge Olympic-sized heated pool, which is a massive draw for families needing a park break. The staff gets amazing reviews, and we're going to talk more about that in a second. And having food right there on site is just so convenient. Now, for the quirks, you got to factor in potential parking fees, and like we said, it's an older property, so some rooms might feel a little dated, and a few people have mentioned that the bar can get a little slow when it's busy.
But I want to pull one of those perks out and really focus on it, because this is something you see in review after review: the staff. I mean, in a world where service can feel kind of impersonal, the team here seems to consistently go above and beyond, making real, genuine connections with people.
Wow, just read this. This guest is talking about a staff member named Leo. To say you would recommend an entire hotel just because of one employee's service, that's an incredibly powerful thing. This isn't just good service. This is the kind of service that makes you feel like family. It's what turns a good stay into a truly memorable one.
Okay, so we've covered the amazing location, the retro rooms, the perks, and the quirks. Let's pull it all together and figure out if the Anaheim Hotel is actually the right choice for your trip.
So let's make this super simple. This hotel is going to be a perfect fit for you if walking distance is your absolute #1 top priority. If you dig that unique retro vibe more than a brand new modern feel, if a huge pool for an afternoon break is a must-have, and if you really truly value that warm, welcoming service that makes you feel cared for. It's also fantastic for families who can really use those yard games and the easy on-site food options.
And hey, if you're listening to this and thinking, yep, that sounds exactly like what I'm looking for, we've pulled together a few pro tips straight from people who stayed there to help make your visit even better.
Okay, first, use the amenities. Guests say the happy hour at the lobby bar is a great spot for a much-needed adult break. Second, the pizza press, right there on site, is a total lifesaver for a quick, easy dinner that the kids are actually going to love. And third, a really practical tip. One reviewer mentioned they were accidentally charged for parking, so it's probably a good idea to physically check out at the front desk and just give your bill a quick look over. Better safe than sorry.
So at the end of the day, it all boils down to this one question. For your trip, is that unbeatable location and that charming, friendly vibe worth the price, even if it means putting up with a few dated corners? That's really the decision you've got to make. Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and we'll catch you on the next one.